Hey guys, it's me, Ellie here, and I have my cat. So, she's gonna be with us during this video, because she's my baby. Anyway, so today we're gonna do the TMI tag. I'm really close to the camera. And let's get started. The person I found this tag off of on Tumblr is just YouTube tag in the YouTube channel. What was my first tweet? My first tweet was like, hi. I don't know. That was my first YouTube video. The first video I posted on my account that I have right now that you're watching was Boyfriend by Raymond, which one of my good friends covered, so go watch that video. Who was the first person that I subscribed to on YouTube? So I watched YouTube without having an account for a long time. I just thought it was pointless to make an account when I had people's usernames all perfectly memorized. So the first person I subscribed to as soon as I made an account, and literally I just made an account so I could like all of her videos because I am still to this day obsessed with her. I am, and that was Bethany Moda, MacBarbie07. She is like my idol. I love her to death. And what was my first Facebook profile picture? So my first Facebook got deleted. I was getting bullied on it, so I deleted it. But the first picture on my current Facebook page would be, then find it, then find it, then find it, then find it. This picture, I'll insert it. I'll take a screenshot. It was from 2013, and it was just me like looking all majestic with rocks. Do I still talk to my first love? My first love was my dog and my cat, and they're both dead, so no, I don't. What was my first alcoholic drink? Actually I have not drinking any alcohol. I'm 16 years old. I am 16 years old, so I just haven't. I have, however, been to Spain, so it was legal for me to drink in Spain, but I didn't. I might have tried sherry or sangria, but I don't remember ever doing it, so I'm saying no. What was my first job? My first job, I got paid like $5 an hour to shred papers for my grandma at her job. So that was my first job, but my first like legitimate job that I consider a legitimate job would be babysitting, because it's like I love kids. I would never want to have kids, but I love being around kids because I feel like I'm just a big huge fat kid. What was my first car? My first car, I don't have a car. I don't even drive right now, but the first car that I like have a legitimate memory of would be one of two cars. That would be my mom's old green minivan or my dad's green Jeep or black Jeep. It was either a green Jeep or a black Jeep, and I remember like jumping into the back seat in the middle of the summer with the top down, like getting my hands burnt on the metal. That was like my favorite car ever, and I want a Jeep so badly. My first car has to be a Jeep. It won't not be a Jeep. Was the first person I texted today. Hey. The first person I texted today was, I texted one of my friends, Jimmy, at midnight, actually at 12:32 a.m. So that was my first text of the day. Who was the first person I thought of this morning? Like the first person like when I woke up and thought about was my mom, because she was all like, Elizabeth, get up, it's time for school. And I was like, oh crap, thanks mom. So I was like thinking about, oh wow, if my mom wouldn't have woken me up, I would have not like made it to school, and that would have sucked. It was my first grade teacher. My first grade teacher was like the best teacher ever in the whole wide world. I loved her. It was over at Shaver, and her name was Mrs. Edwards, and she gave me stuffed animals, and I just loved her. Where did did I go on my first airplane trip? On my first airplane trip, I went to Hawaii. I used to go every year, once to twice a year, because of my dad. He has a traveling job, so he would travel to Hawaii and he would take us with him. And so that was my first plane trip, and that was when I was like 6 to 8 months old, something like that. And I love flying. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Anytime I have a chance to get on a plane, I will take it. This is my first best friend that I still talk to. My first best friend that I still talk My first best friend was this dude named Kevin. I went to preschool with him, and we still go to the same school today, but I don't talk to him anymore. We just kind of like separated because we didn't go to the same grade school or the same, or we went to the same middle school, but we just didn't really talk. I mean, having 5 years without seeing each other is hard on a friendship. So my first best friend was Kevin, and no, I do not talk to him anymore. Where was my first sleepover? My first sleepover was at my house, and it was with one of my friends, Amy. But then my first sleepover that I went to someone's house was again with Amy, and she just lives like 3 streets down, so it wasn't even that big of a deal. What was the first thing I did this morning? I got up and I was like, I looked at my clock, which was on my phone, and I was like, oh, I should have been up like 20 minutes ago for school. Oh well. What was the first foreign country that I've ever been to? The first foreign country I'd ever been to that I count, and it's the only foreign country that I count that I've been to, that would be Spain. Olé! And it was a blast, and I loved it, and I want to go back so badly. It was so pretty, and the food was so yummy. When was your first detention? So I'm a goody two-shoes at school, and I've actually never gotten in trouble at school. What was the first concert I had ever been to? First concert that I ever went to was a either Pearl Jam or U2, I can't remember at this moment. I have pictures of me there, and it was really fun. I don't ever listen to that music, so I didn't really know what was happening, but it was my dad's favorite band, so of course I knew a few songs. It was just really fun. There was this one dude that was sitting like 4 rows ahead of us, and he was jamming out. He was like, yeah! What was the first bone I had ever broke? The first bone I ever broke was my... I'm not flexible, I can't do that. It was my left leg. It was my lower fibula, and I broke it swinging on a rope swing, and the rope swing snapped, and it was the day after Christmas, 5th grade. So that was the first bone I broke. What was my first piercing? So as for first piercings go, mine was pretty usual. I mean, when people get their first piercings, they usually get their lobes when they're fairly young. Mine were done in kindergarten. These ones, the silver ones right there, and I got them both at the same time, and then in 5th or 6th grade I got my seconds done. What was the first movie that I remember seeing? The first movie I ever remember seeing, I don't really remember seeing very many movies when I was little. Finding Nemo I remember watching, Little Mermaid I remember watching, but that was way before I was born when they were made. But I guess the first movie like I remember like legitimately watching for the first time was Pirates of the Caribbean. I was obsessed with that movie. I actually have a picture of me dressed as Elizabeth Swann, and I'll insert that somewhere. Who was your first roommate? I don't have a roommate. I've never had a roommate, but I guess my first roommate would have to be my parents because when you're a baby, oftentimes you share a room with your parents, so they were my first roommates, I guess, kinda. I guess. If I had one wish, what would it be? I don't get how that fits into this question. My one wish would, that's really hard. I don't know what my one wish would be. World peace. That's such a cliche answer, but I don't know. Full funding for outdoor school. 100% full funding for the full week of outdoor school. Because that's important, and I miss it, and I wish that people were still funding it, but Portland Public might be refunding it. What was the first sport that I was involved in? I was in preschool. I played soccer, and I did swim lessons, I think. And I did ballet in preschool too. I did everything. What is the first thing I do when I get home? First thing I do when I get home usually is I get into my room, which is newly clean. Thank God I finally cleaned my room. and I sit down at my desk and I just go on Omegle or stock Xfinity on demand to watch some TV shows. Then I cozy up into my bed and do my homework. I read, draw, and then I make food. I eat it, and then I do a little bit more homework. Then I stalk like social media and Omegle again, and then I go to sleep at like 2 a.m. Anyways, so I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me, and yeah. Also, I tag some of my friends that I have at school who also have YouTube accounts. They're all still like beginning YouTube accounts, so there's not many followers. So make sure to go check them out, like and comment on their videos. And yeah, the people I tag, their links will be listed in the down bar, and I will make sure to harass them about them so they do these videos.